is a privilege to introduce Dr. J. Raju, who has been, I believe, the driving force in spreading the word of Ayurveda globally. And I know from close quarters that he is definitely known to be a personal physician to many heads of countries. So he knows and he can interact with the people who are in power and get things done. And he has an international repute of being one of the best Nadi Vaidyas in the world. In fact, so much so that Ayurveda is equated in most countries with Nadi as far as the diagnosis is concerned. That is, I believe, most of the credit goes to, if not all, to Dr. J. Raju. I welcome you, Dr. Raju, to make your presentation. Thank you.
It's a great privilege to speak in Pune because Maharashtra already it is known for the country and how much participation from Maharashtra and particularly Pune. And Pune is well known for Ayurveda also. Very great Vaidyas are here. And like, of course, there are many, I don't know everyone, but for example, and not enough time also, like Vaidya Nanalji and Jalukarji and Leleji, like that. So actually, whenever I was interviewing, I was getting most of the Vaidyas from Maharashtra. They are very good. So like that, it is very good that we can speak from here. And actually, already Dr. Kathy and Dr. Wolfgang Scheinger and Mark and others, they already spoke. And they brought some kind of these solutions also, like forming some association, something like that in each country. And internationally also we have to form. Why and what is it? Actually, the importance of Ayurveda, the knowledge, it is there. It is eternal, immortal. What it says, Ayurveda, Ayurvedo Amritanam. It is immortal. It is not necessary to be saved. Always it is saved by Maharshis or the great saints and the Vaidyas. Always they are coming. And how it has started, actually when I traveled, and of course I traveled so many times and I have seen that everywhere Ayurveda is there. That's no doubt. And actually it is forgotten after the Second World War in many countries. But in Indian families, anywhere, if you see, it is not forgotten, at least. Why? Because it is just along with the life. It is Ayurveda means nothing but the life. The meaning of that, of course, you know. Ayu means life, Veda means the science. So because it is along with your life, it is every part of your life, every day in your life, Ayurveda is there. Without Ayurveda, it is not possible. Why? Because knowledge is structured in consciousness. And if you see with the Ayurveda, the history of the origin of the Ayurveda, when it says, Brahma Smrutvo Ayusho Vedam, it is rememorized. And of course, because of the different colonialism and all these things, it is lost. And because of that one, now we have to establish, we have to set up, we have to bring into its full glory. Of course, you can see, and this is the fact, and you have seen that when many speakers are speaking, everybody mentioned that His Holiness Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. Because of him, we can see the Ayurveda in the Western countries. And from Western countries, when it is demanded, now we can see that how Ayurveda it is flourishing. Actually, the support did not come from the government. It was in the ancient days from the government. The kings, they were really encouraging, and only that is the system of the medicine. And recently also, I will give, of course it is not enough time, but I want to give that about the importance of the training. Just I want to say these points. Tanzania, there are so many ambassadors, they come. Actually in our hospital in Delhi, we had 2 years waiting list. And we sorted out, now it is much better. And we are taking only the foreign delegates because to promote and other things to make more facilities like that way. There are so many reasons. And the ambassadors also, they come. And from Tanzania, the High Commissioner and the Health Minister also they came. They are so much impressed. And the Health Minister, she passed the resolution in their country, their national system of medicine is herbal medicine. Of course, they don't know because Ayurveda means they feel that herbal medicine. Their national system of medicine is herbal medicine. First time it has happened. And like that, there are so many countries. And when I went to Mauritius, of course, we cannot see what it is behind. We cannot see when it has happened, when we are seeing today this much the glory of the Ayurveda, and when in the past how much that glory and how much that fullness was there, we can't understand and what it is behind. When I went to Mauritius, actually we wanted to see Prime Minister. And they were saying that, no, he is very much upset and he doesn't want to meet particularly with the Ayurvedic doctors or anyone like that. Any doctors he hates. And then one person, he said that, no, this is different. Please have one meeting like that, they said. And I also did not understand why they are forcing. Later they said. And then after diagnosing with the pulse, I said that something with right knee or left knee, something. I said, I did not believe. And I did not believe that Ayurveda can do this much perfect diagnosis. And he said that, I am fed up with all the medical system. I tried everything, but now I am confident enough, and this is my last term. If I win, first thing I will introduce Ayurveda in my country. And he really introduced after that, the first thing Ayurveda. And of course, you can listen from Dr. Dorai Raj in Malaysia. How much struggle he did and how much he implemented. Actually, Malaysia, it is not so easy. It is all religions are there. So much difficult, it is not easy like in any other country. It means, of course, any country it is not easy, but it is more complicated. But he achieved and he got the permission and he is going to start official Ayurvedic college in Malaysia. And in Thailand, you can see, if you see actually how much that Ayurveda, it is established. They have the statue of, in every Buddha temple, Jivaka. The statue of the Jivaka, it is there. And they call, of course, they can't pronounce the R, so they call Ayurveda. So like that, Ayurveda is everywhere. In Vietnam, you can see there is so much. And they use like single drugs and all these things. But single drugs and all these things, they have their own importance. And they have some limitation. Like Chinese medicine, mostly it is on single drugs or unpurified herbal preparations like that. Simple purification is there. Ayurveda, it is mainly focuses on the purification. General purification, specific purification. So general purification, washing with the water. Specific purification, washing with and cleaning with some other things. Even it is implemented in the food also. How many are doing? For example, to understand, to recollect easily, like if you take the brinjal, you cut it and then you put into the salt water. Why? Because they get quickly oxidized. So that is the specific purification. And this suran, you have to boil it in the rice wash water or some different things like that, in the tamarind water, something like that. So these are even in the food they are mentioned. And like for example, if you take banana, it's very good fruit, it is promoted, but when somehow some Russian thoughts came and some book was coming, at that time banana was very much promoted. In India, it was forgotten. Banana, it is in Ayurveda, it is clearly explained that not to eat on empty stomach, not to eat with the dairy products like milk and yogurt, and not on full stomach. There are certain fruits, banana, coconut, and mango, they are supposed to be taken in the beginning of the meal. But banana should not be on the empty stomach, and not with the milk. You can see when you take Viruddhahara, these are Vipaka Viruddha, Virya Viruddha, there are so many things, and because of this Viruddhahara, it can create the problems. The diseases are growing so many like that. Even in India, if you see 20, 30 years before, not many diseases. Cancer was not known. In the West, it was so much. and heart disease really not known. Why they are becoming so much? And if this continues, actually, you can see now at this situation, people are born healthy, but some people after born 20 years or 30 years or 40 years, 60 years, they are falling sick. And if this situation continues, people will be born sick. So to develop the disease, at least it takes 30, 40 years. So it means hereditarily the disease will be taking place and born sick. What you can do? There won't be anybody to save the world. Because of that one, it is said that Ayurveda is the primary health system, and Ayurveda always focused on the prevention. It says first prevention and then says about the curing the disease. Swasthasya swastharakshanam, aturasya vikara prashamanam. So these are the principles which when we follow on the Ayurveda, then only it can happen. Yesterday, actually, when so many points are raised, it's very good point. Ayurveda, it is not so easy to be taught, because if its consciousness, it is forgotten. Already, it is like fragmented. If it is more and more fragmented, then what will it remain? It is like separate limbs, like that. In the ancient days, Ayurveda, it is not seen separate. Ayurveda, it is always seen with the combination of the Jyotish, Gandhara Veda, Sthapatya Veda. Sthapatya Veda means Vastu, orientation. How many they are focusing? And what is the Vastu? Actually, if you see also, the body is oriented according to the Brahmanda. Yavanta loke tavanta purusha, yatha purushe tatha brahmande. How it is? It is not much time, but I will say in brief, like if you stand, the position, like the center part, it will be like Brahmastan. In the standing position, the Brahmastan from here, when the child is born, it is open on the skull. From there to up to the anus, it is completely open place. In the lying position, if you see, of course, the head should be towards the south, that is which it is mentioned. It is said that never to face towards the north. Why? Because the Brahmastan and that orientation also which it is. I don't know whether you can see this portion. It is this picture, how it is. Everybody whether able to see or not, this is having lot of history about it, and how the Ayurveda actually, anatomy and physiology, how they are taught in India from the age of 3 or 4, because it is not enough knowledge. So just I want to finish. If in the lying position, the umbilical region, it is the Brahmastan. It is free from front to back. This is the area. And if that is not free, the Kundalini, it is not able to have the free flow. And all this, I was actually yesterday, I happened to see one of the young Vaidya, Dr. Rajshekhar. I don't know, his paper was somehow with the name, it was misunderstood. So he also had some points like this. Like this knowledge, this kind of the things are missing. And that knowledge, if we train, then that is easy. How the demand it is created? First, anywhere, the governments did not accept. Actually, the governments, actually from USA, who had very big, like some kind of the refuse, something like that in some times. Because with Ayurveda, some people, they were thinking that some Hinduism will spread and Christianity will go away like that. But Ayurveda, it is the knowledge of the science. And everybody was looking for this at that time, and since many years, and they are not finding. But people started to look for Chinese medicine, different Tibetan medicine, different medicines like that, but all they are originated from Indian science, Ayurveda. At the time of the Buddhism, they went to all different countries, and they have in their history, even China also they mention, they say that some chikuns or something like that they say, in that one, origin it is from India. But some plants, they are only found in India. But when we read, they say that these are origin from China. Because they promoted, so that is not their fault also. They promoted, so they are getting the name. So the promotion, ultimately, it is of Ayurveda. And we can see now the Chinese medicine, if it spreads, but ultimately for how long it will stand. After some time, the question will come that this is not enough to take care of all these diseases. What is the ultimate solution? So then, towards the end, when the big crisis come, then ultimately the Ayurveda will show. And there is enough propaganda in the public, in the doctors. I myself, actually, I can say that I trained some thousands of the doctors in the Western countries, those who are very popular doctors. And I can say that non-doctors, those who are, they are also very interested, some hundreds of thousands, in some lakhs. Even on TVs, I was teaching because there was very much demand, so they learned. And actually, the knowledge, it is very simple, Ayurveda. It is because the Guru Parampara and the traditional transferring and that exact explanation, it is not there, exact teaching step by step, it is not there. Because of that one, it is considered to be complicated. Not with everything, particularly, for example, I say pulse diagnosis. If you ask in India, even 20 years before, some doctors from Massachusetts and Harvard, they came. When they approached over here and asked in Banaras and in different countries, the Vaidyas, they laughed at them and said that even in our 90s, we are not able to understand the pulse. How can you learn with the Western knowledge? And they were waiting and waiting. When, with the traditional knowledge, when I was teaching, they said that if it is so simple, why it is considered to be like that? Because the knowledge is lost. And if you see how the Jyotish and all different things, the Vastu, Gandharveda, they disappeared from the university courses, in the same way, the pulse also almost all it disappeared. Anywhere in the university it is taught, nowhere it is really. It is in the syllabus, it is there. After some time, it will disappear from the syllabus, if it continues like this. And without the pulse knowledge, Ayurveda, it cannot be propagated. Because there is so much deep knowledge to understand. If you understand this one also, maybe I will explain in brief. So how much important to have the knowledge, like you study the anatomy and physiology. And they also, actually, we did not find these cross sections. The modern scientists, the modern doctors in allopathy, they found, and they did not name, they named something like that, some kind of the cerebellum and the trigeminal nerve roots or some things like that. If you see the structure of this brain, it is exactly looking like Ganesha. And in the beginning, they say that Ganesha is the obstacle remover. Anything you have to introduce to him, without the introduction, he cannot accept it. So, from the age of 3, to the child, you explain that worship with this one, this flower is very liked by the Ganesha, and this leaves and these leaves, like that. If he doesn't know, then it is not useful like that. What is this one? This is just the physiological function, what it is happening. You see the cerebellum, which it is. These are the cerebellum, the bluish. They are the Ganesha ears, the cerebellum. If anybody gets the problem in the ear problem, without treating the cerebellum, it won't be possible. And the tusk, what it is, that eyes actually exactly like small, like elephant eyes, like that, the trigeminal nerve roots. And the tusk, if Ganesha becomes angry, and he doesn't, of course, he doesn't accept anyone who is new, because when Shiva also entered, he did not allow him. And that is the blood-brain barrier system which is happening in our physiology. If anything enters into our body, it can't go. And then, if any sneaky virus goes, then Ganesha becomes angry, breaks the tusk, and puts on the moon, that is the pineal gland, and then all the systems will shut down, patient goes into the coma. That is the system which is explained at the age of 3. Because the science, when it has developed so much, it is not enough time to learn. The one life, it is not enough. So you have to start from the beginning. So because of that one, it has started first thing with this one. And when you learn, even in the modern medicine, towards the end of the MBBS or something like that, you may be learning. And even in MBBS also, like Ayurvedic practitioners, they have the confusion. And even though so much developed, when they are about to complete, before, in the middle of their education, they have the confusion what they are going to do, how they are going to practice, and how they will take care of the diseases. These are there. So we should be realizing that these problems, only the solution we propagated, and from the public in every country, it is enough publicity is there from the public, not from the government. From the government is moving now because the public demand is there. So we have the solutions for that one. The main solution, the first, which it is, we are so lucky, Professor Gerard Bodeker. He knows in the world, every corner, who is practicing where, even in India also. So that's why we can utilize his skills and we can develop. And luckily, he is in charge for the alternative medicine. And like that, but how we can do? That only through the trainings. Trainings are required for the Ayurvedic graduates also in India, because when they go over there, it is very difficult. Even somebody is practicing in Germany, if they go to Australia, it is not same like in Germany. Some differences are there. And some medicines which are banned in the USA, they are not the same in Europe. They are different. So you have to understand all these things. There is a lot of training, because I know I trained so many Vaidyas also, I trained so many doctors and non-doctors. So I know it is simple. Even the pulse knowledge, actually, there is not enough time. Within 5 minutes, I can show to everyone, those who don't have any Ayurvedic knowledge, I can make them to feel, at least to know whether their digestion is good or not, whether their sleep or excretory functions are good or not. That much at least you can learn in 5 minutes means how much you can learn. And it is not a complicated system. And everybody should learn. Ayurveda is for everyone. It says actually in Vedas, there the 4 varnas which are recognized. It says that for Brahmins category for this purpose, for Kshatriyas for this purpose, for Vaishyas this purpose, Shudras this purpose, like that. Everything it is systematically explained. Without the training, without the proper knowledge, we are not going to achieve. So for that one, the importance is the training, and not from the government. The government support won't be much, but we have to represent through the government. So we have to make some association, we have to make some representation, and we have to mix up with the government. Then only, along with the government and the private representation, then only it can be achieved. And for that one, I want to emphasize again and again that the training is most important. Training for not only the allopathic doctors in other countries, and actually even the common public in other countries also, there should be small, short courses. It doesn't mean that it is not necessary 5.5 years courses. It is necessary. It means it is not necessary for everyone 5.5 years courses. Short courses, 8 hours courses, 10-hour courses, 60 hours courses, like Dr. Wolfgang Scheinger explained, that there are so many courses. Practically, he explained on that basis, because we taught to many thousands, and we have that experience, and with full glory, because you can teach, like when you are learning, Vedic knowledge is like that. When you learn this part, when you are learning this blood-brain barrier, you need not learn the other things. Vedic knowledge always holistic, even if you learn bit by bit also. So it looks like that the time is over. So, but the main thing what I want to emphasize is on the training. Training for the Vaidyas, training for the doctors, training for the common public. Then only it is possible to maintain, to reach, and to achieve the health. And as Dr. Bodeker said that, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We always remain like that, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We can be the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, and we gave the knowledge of the Ayurveda in the past also. Now again we have to give. And that is in our hands.